Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. I know no one's watching just yet, but for anyone that's watching the stream over, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Tonight we race at Dover. I'm going to say that 100 times before we start the race, but tonight we're racing at Dover. It's going to be a really exciting one. We saw a crazy race on Saturday during the Pro-Am Dover race. I wasn't here for that, but I'm here now. We're excited to cover tonight's race. Lots of speed here tonight. We saw it in the lap times all week. Lots of guys putting in lots of time into these cars. And we should be ready to go in just about 10 to 20 minutes. For now, we're just going to be doing our talking. I'd also like to introduce my co-star for tonight, Wallbridge. As we already got 4 viewers, welcome to the stream, everybody.
Yeah, no, if this race is going to be anything like Saturday, y'all better kick on because, yeah, A, it's the final points race of the regular season, and a lot of people vying for position right now.
And now they're doing qualifying. I'm not sure who we're going to be covering tonight on YouTube, but we will see that in just a few minutes here as qualifying is underway. Welcome everybody to the stream.
Yeah, no, that was a heck of a race we had on Saturday. Multiple cautions, multiple lead changes, cars that were dominant in the beginning that just kept getting caught up and weren't really much of a factor at the end. Surprise win. So yeah, we're hoping to get the same thing out of this tonight.
Absolutely. And tonight, as you guys know, we are at Dover. Track that's very tricky, only 1 mile. My personal home track, so it's going to be nice covering this. I always like Dover. Not racing there. I'm not a great racer there. Dover as a whole, though, great track, a great fun experience for the fans, and you guys are the fans tonight, so hopefully we can give you guys the same experience.
Yeah, Dover's that one track that I've wanted to go to.
Dover's always been fun. Absolutely. And always great racing here in league racing. And it's going to be really exciting, covering this for you guys. I mean, we expect to see some speed. Honestly, I think we should go over picks now, right? I think instead of doing it when the race starts, I guess I'll start with my favorite, and that's going to be Elvin Priest. Reason behind that, I've known Elvin for a real long time, and I know how good he is at Dover. This is easily his top 3 tracks. And, I mean, for a while he was unbeatable here, and I think tonight it's going to be really hard to beat him. Where is that 42 car? I can't find it. Anyway.
42?
Yeah, that's Elvin's number.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My sleeper pick, though, is gonna have to be Favre. I think it's too hard not to take him after the performance we saw at Road America. And I think that's gonna be my underdog pick for tonight. He's always been feisty at these 1 mile tracks. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be a little bit hard. If he gets in front of you, he's gonna be hard to track back down. So that's my favorite and sleeper pick for tonight. What about you, Wallbridge?
I think I gotta go with my man Parley for my pick to win. He's been one of the most consistent drivers in the field, so you know he's gonna be up front for pretty much the entire race if he keeps his nose clean. He's got a win on. He doesn't have a win on the year yet, but he's right up there he's right up in the top 3 and top 5 stage wins. He's got a pole on the year, only 1 DNF, so I think that's going to be my main pick. And I think my sleeper pick, and I can't believe I'm saying that he's my sleeper pick, but I got to go with the 7-car Showtime Flash. I mean, this dude has, in the races he's done, he's missed a couple, but in the races he's done, 4 wins, 6 top 5s, 4 stage wins, which is why I can't believe I'm saying that he's my sleeper pick, because he's won 4 of the 8 races he's been in. But those are going to be the two cars that I am keeping my eye on.
Those are some good picks, and they are still in qualifying as of now. I think, well, Elvin's section now, I believe it's over. But another honorable mention for tonight, that's going to be Black Cross in the 42. I mean, he always runs up in the top 5 no matter what sort of track we're at. I think that he's my sleeper pick, but I think he can get it done with a little bit of strategy and a little bit of cards playing his way. I think he can easily take this home tonight.
I thought you were going to go with the 44 field filler. Honestly, I thought that's when you were going to do sleeper pick because he is definitely one to not overlook.
Absolutely. And one last honorable mention, P. Fulton. Wait, is he a Pro-Am driver?
He's a Pro driver.
He's Pro-Am?
He's both.
Oh, okay.
He mixes it up.
Well, P. Fulton...
Yeah, he's Pro-Am, but he races part-time
P. Fulton has been running really
good.
good recently. We've seen a different P. Fulton that we've seen in the past. He's had plenty of speed recently. If he is racing tonight, definitely a guy to look out for to run top 5.
Yeah, he was one of these surprise guys in the race on Saturday. Ran pretty clean, stayed out of all the wrecks, and I think he got at least a top 5 finish in Saturday's race. I don't know, I haven't watched this since Sunday, so memory's a little janked on it.
Let me ask over. Qualifying over.
And the thing with Dover is really, yeah, if all goes to plan, yeah, your pick should win, but it's Dover though. Like, this is a track with a sneaky turn 4 exit that if you're not careful, you're done. Like, you're in the wall, both of them if you're not careful, and going across the entire field, potentially twice, which is what we saw on Saturday. That turn 4 wall, my God, dude, that took out so many. Even the guys who were dominant, they couldn't keep their cars off of it. And if you're in a battle and you're not careful, that wall comes in even faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And one mistake here at Dover could easily cost you your race. We've seen it in the past. It can mess up your whole run. I mean,
it can.
Sometimes you can get in that wall no matter how good you're doing, and for the rest of the run, you're going to be off your pace. Because you're going to realize you made that mistake.
No matter how good your car is either.
Should be going. Qualifying is closing up in any minute now. We'll be live here from Dover in just a second, and we'll take you through the field. Should be a great one tonight, as always. Thank you guys for tuning in. And welcome to all the viewers from at home. Get comfortable, grab a snack, grab a drink. It's going to be a good one tonight. 200 laps here at Dover.
Oh boy. Strategy. Now, what is the stages looking like? Are we having any mandatory pit stops or just run it?
I believe that, let me check, because
I know Saturday it was 1-1-2, I think it was.
I believe each stage is 60, the first 2 stages are 65 laps each.
Okay, so it's going to be...
I believe.
Okay. Dude, I don't know what it is, man, but, like, I was doing so fine until we started doing this, like... I wasn't cold or nothing, man, but as soon as you hit record or going live, I'm like, oh, it got cold in here. Like, I'm up in a blanket right now.
Okay, so Farva is streaming tonight, no Parley stream.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why, I guess internet issues. Ah, dang it. That's alright, Farva will be up front. What's his YouTube name? So that way I can get on there as well.
I'm not sure.
Awesome. Great start.
No, I can't even type right now.
That's all right. I can't even walk right now, dude. My knee is still janked.
All right, look up Showtime Favre,
Oh,
and you should be good.
hey, look at that.
Wolverine just getting started. No,
I hope it's.
it's been underway. They're just coming to a close now.
Oh, okay, sweet. Well, there's Flash.
13 cars in the field tonight.
Nice. Whoa!
I believe that might be Timmy in the 66 car.
He might be trying to sneak into the playoffs right now because currently he's out of the playoffs by about 73 points out of that cutoff spot.
He ain't gonna make it, man.
Look, all right, drama and controversy.
I can technically make the playoffs. If I unretired right now, I could make the playoffs. I'm only 20 out.
I know. As much as I tried talking you into it.
I'd love to go out there and race.
What do you think I tried talking you into it? But then I'd be
Probably
all by
never
my
that
dang
happened.
lonesome up here. And Timmy hasn't raced in a minute, so I know he's ready to
Since
go.
Road America.
Mm-hmm. So it's been like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah. It looks like
Gotta
drivers
get
are
Timmy's.
practicing pit entry right
When was the
now.
last time you raced?
My retirement race was Pocono. Way early. Oh yeah, Timmy is racing tonight. So we also have a new guy in the field, the 21 of Lavish Racing. Remember that name. I believe he raced last week.
I don't think I remember him. I don't think he did. I think this might be his first race. We got any... What's the scoop on Lavish? What do we know?
He did race last week.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, he ran actually pretty good.
Oh, I do not remember. Dude, my memory is so bad.
So, weirdly enough, the first stage is only 37 laps. Second stage is 78 laps.
Oh, look at this. This is interesting.
Stage 3 is 77 laps. First stage, you gotta pit once, and the other two stages 3 times. Each.
Wow.
Lots of pit stops. Your
That's
pole
gonna be
sitter
fun
for
keeping up
tonight
Parley,
is none
by the
other than
looks of it.
Parley.
Elvin,
Up
fourth.
front with him, Showtime Favre. Qualifying third is, if you would stop moving the damn screen,
Showtime Flash
Flash.
third.
Starting fourth, Alvin Priest. And then rounding out the top 5 is Timmy.
Dang. What an interesting top 5.
Absolutely. As we should be getting our invites in just a second. Everyone, it's time to get excited. We're about to be live from Dover, Delaware.
For the season finale.
Go take a piss. Go grab a drink. Go kiss your wife goodnight. We have one hell of a race in store for tonight.
Elvin sending so many invites because of Saturday. Dang, dude, they're running 22s.
Yeah, fast field here tonight. Like I mentioned before, a lot of guys were working on these setups all week long. Everyone ran a 22 pretty much.
Yeah, 1-9 wasn't able to crack it. Missed it by 9 thousandths.
So a field not separated by much. I believe From first to 10th, only 2 tenths separating them.
Jeez. That's insane. That means you're going to see a lot of not pack racing, but a lot of tight racing, which is going to make it even more critical to keep your car off that wall, because we saw that play a mean factor. Cars were sucked. We saw lines of like 6 all tucked up into each other. And man, dude, as soon as one car from the front of that hit the outside wall, man, the Accord.
And we are joining now. Sorry about that for the cutoff, everyone. We are going now to Dover. 200 laps around this 1 mile concrete paved track out in the middle of Delaware. It's going to be one hell of a race tonight. We're ready to go green here. We're ready to cover it for you guys. Excited to see who can capitalize on others' mistakes. I think that's going to be the key to victory here tonight. We're ready to go. Ready to cover the start of this race. Been waiting for this one all season long.
I know, right? And extra added pressure, seeing as how this is your last chance to get any playoff points before the regular season ends. So you're going to see maybe some extra strategy, but also some extra aggression. You might see a little more dive bombing than you would normally see.
Absolutely. As we are green here from Dover. Harley on their inside. Showtime Favre on the outside. They stay side by side down the backstretch. Showtime Favre with the advantage. Can he clear him from the outside?
Yeah, this is what you're going to see, too. You're going to see really tight knit. They're side by side. We saw this on Saturday. Drivers being able to go 2 laps straight side by side, but Showtime drops in line. He's going to try and keep it clean for right now, not try and run those tires dry early. So he's going to duck in line and ride it safe.
As the 2 Showtime drivers, Showtime Favre and Showtime Flash, running second and third, 2 teammates of the Showtime organization working together as cars still looking to get organized towards the back of the pack. Harley takes an early lead from the pole, doing everything he can to keep that 77 in his mirror.
Man, dude, that hump coming out of turn 4, that's got to be so unpredictable. Even though you've run so many laps here, you always got to take that turn 4 exit into account.
As we mentioned also, 37 laps for stage 1, 78 for stage 2, and then for stage 3 only 77. So a long race tonight, but we're ready to cover all of it. Should be a pretty single file race for the most part to begin, but we know as the race moves on, we're going to see a lot of aggression from these drivers.
Yeah, and I'm looking back through the field. What went on with Timmy Racer's start? He dropped all the way back to the back of this train.
Early struggles for that 66 Bumper.com Ford Mustang, as it looks like he just didn't get going on the start. He looks a little bit loose out there. The car is wobbling all over the place. And we see now, I believe that is a pass for P7? P8?
Yeah, P8.
As now Timmy's looking for a different line here. He's running a little bit of a higher angle, looking for that run off down the backstretch, trying to set himself up for a move in turn 3, but that can really hurt your run, especially if you don't get the exit that you want. You can really affect that run, and it'll leave you open for the car behind you to make that pass.
Yeah, that's the problem with Dover too, is the bottom is king. But I think with his car right now, he might be trying maybe a diamond, like enter low in the corner, ride it up, and then come back down on exit to try and get the runoff. But yeah, if you mess it up once, dude, you're dropping.
Harley's led all 9 laps, all 8 laps so far. Sorry about that, everyone. But I don't know. I feel like these Showtime guys are going to be saving their equipment, not for too long, but just enough to make that pass before that first pit stop. And that would be huge for them, as Elvin seems to be dropping back from these top 3 cars.
Yeah, no. Definitely starting to gap them. You're starting to see a lot of gaps forming now that the cars are getting broken in. You know, the tight to loose is starting to change. Like, people are starting to find lines and figure out what makes their car work. Because the 31 tries to shoot underneath the ice chute for position again. Can't make it stick. Drops back in line. 31 looking to charge through the field now.
As now that opens the door for 19mm to get under the 41. Is he going to take away the spot? He does. We go back up front here with Farley.
Or Grizzle looking to take another shot here, coming into turn 1 for position. He's got the inside there, side by side, gonna drag race potentially down the backstretch. Tries to get a little side draft as he goes into turn 3. Can he clear him through turn 4? He does. The 8 drops in line, move the 31 of Lord Grizzle up another position.
As Elvin just continues to fall back. Looks like he might have a little bit of trouble with the car right now. But don't worry, there's still plenty of time left to work on that car. Still a lot of racing left here tonight.
Yeah, you definitely want to be trying to save your... He might also be trying to save his stuff too. You know, let the 3 up front run their stuff while I just kind of fall back. I'm not going to push my car too much, especially when I'm already falling. So what's the point of pushing it harder only to wear my stuff out faster?
Yeah, and now we're starting to see the 7 car get a little bit angsty. He might be a little bit angsty with his teammate here, maybe looking to make that pass for P2. As position really does matter here, especially on restarts. You want to be on that inside line. The outside line usually doesn't get going here. As we're seeing a big checkup towards the back of the pack, led by the 8 car. Black car struggling as well. Looks like Timmy is coming to pit road here.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that car has not been handling good from the jump. He might be trying to short pit, get it back in the tolerance he likes, so that way he can be ahead of some of the cars that got by him when he had that bad restart.
As he's going to go about a lap or 2 down here. Probably 2 to 3 laps down. As he's now 1 lap down. So a bad start here for the number 66. Last minute addition to the field tonight, as he was not expected to run, but here he is now, and after a great qualifying result, struggling big time to start this race.
Yeah, I mean, he got the studying in. He got to watch an entire race on Saturday, try and see what lines work around the track, see what moves you can make, where to make them. I mean, it's not that he's not in the point standings. I mean, he needs an absolute miracle, like God-sent kind of stuff, biblical miracle in order to make that. Oh, the 5 car on the wall! 77 to the inside. The 7 goes with him. That turn 4 exit, I said, was so crucial. Cost Parley the lead. Flash cannot clear him.
Parley, big moment there.
Favre to the point.
As that's exactly what we were talking about in the pre-race. You know, you got to be careful with that turn 4 wall. It'll come out and bite you hard. And as you saw it there with Parley, led all of the first 19 laps of the race. And it came back, and look what happened. Now he's no longer the leader, and now Showtime Favre in control.
Oh, Elvin, down pit road. Here we go. We got 4 cars coming in.
Led by Elvin Priest. Lord Grizzle also on pit road. As now Timmy's still in the wall. As he's off of pit road now, still struggling hard. It's going to be a long night for that 66 car, I believe.
Yeah, but we saw cars on Saturday have really long nights, and we're able, because of the late race cautions, be able to come back. So this race isn't over for him. If he can do the best he can to keep it out of the wall for right now. There's plenty of pit stops, plenty of extra strategy he can do coming on down the line here where he can make that ground back up if he plays his cards right.
A tough pit road exit here as now we see Blackcross coming down onto the apron for his pit stop. It's a very tricky track when it comes to the pit road exit. You do not want to merge back up into traffic, but at the same time, you want to get up to speed before you get to turn 3. So you got to be real careful with how you do it. As it looks like Elvin Priest made some good adjustments as he's flying past everyone here.
Yeah, and you got Parley coming down. The 2 teammates stay out.
Looks like a little bit of a strategy team call for the Showtime guys, as your former leader now was running second place at the time of pit. Now down pit road is now, here comes the leaders. Showtime teammates down pit road here at Dover. Oh!
Oh no!
Showtime Flash put Showtime forward. Oh, never mind, they're just lagging. That was a scary moment. Anyone watching from home, you can understand why I had to call that.
Yep. No call goes uncalled here.
As they are perfectly side by side here.
Now the question is, where are we gonna be when these cars all rejoin the track?
We're about to see, where is the number 5 of Parley? That's the big question.
Just got passed by the 42.
So can Parley eat off the Showtime guys? We're going to see. They're in the middle of 1 and 2. Parley coming up really fast on their bumpers. Can he clear them? It doesn't seem so. He's going to drop back to 3rd. So Parley, through the pit cycle,
no, 4th! Elvin to the lead!
Elvin Priest, your new leader in Dover. Interesting strategy call that played in his favor, but don't forget, he's also on 2-lap older tires. That's going to open the door for Showtime Favre. And now he's going to dive down to the bottom and take the lead away. A great move by that 77 car.
I think the better move was the pit call by Priest. Like, he was in 5th and miles away from these 3. Had a really good pit stop, and now, as I start talking nice about him, the 7 car, the other Showtime teammate to his inside. Yeah, he does. His tires are definitely older than these 3 cars. But just to even gain the ground he did is incredible.
Tires do mean all here at Dover. This track is known for eating tire wear. That's why they call it the Monster Mile. Miles comes up and eats them rubbers, and it could be it for your races. You can see right here, Elvin Priest, even though it was only a 2-lap earlier pit stop, has already lost these leaders.
Yeah. I mean, it was a gutsy call. You have to try it. I mean, he's the points leader right now, and by a very wide margin. So he can afford to try some risky maneuvers to try and see how he can gain track position, especially this early in the race too, when you're still running in the top 5. So can't blame him for trying, really.
Yeah, and Elvin Priest, as you mentioned before about the points leader, basically all he has to do is finish in the top 10 and he secures this regular season championship, which is huge for him. As now you're seeing Showtime Favre get into the wall. That's going to allow them to open the door for the 7. The 7 stays behind them as they stay single file through turns 1 and 2.
Man, dude, turn 4 is going to be one to watch, especially later in this race. As you see Showtime Flash looking to the inside. He's one who needs a really good point stay to move up in the point standings. And definitely the sleeper pick.
He gets it.
Nice. Good move by Flash.
That's your teammate. Once said Darrell Waltrip at Richmond in 2016. As now Showtime Flash taking a shot at leading his first laps of the race. As we saw all three of these top three guys lead laps. Parley led the first 19 or 20 as Timmy is out of the car and in the booth. What a fast travel for him. I guess he jogged a little bit.
He's still in the fire suit, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
yeah, man, you reek up here. You're stinking up the room.
I'm sweating. I'm smelling like gas fumes and burnt oil. The engine couldn't last the first stage, unfortunately. It was.
Oh no.
Them
we
Rick
worked
Ware
hard
cars,
on the car.
man.
It was kind of a last-second deal. Wasn't really planning on racing tonight. The car had little to no prep heading into tonight, but it was good enough to qualify up in the top 5. Something happened up in the front. I think it was Flash who was in front of me. He might be dealing with the same problem. He might be one to look out for.
Showtime Flash is your leader.
Yeah, but he's been dealing with minor lag issues. At least that's what he's been concerned about, and that's what I saw at the start. And that's what sent me all the way to the back. And I short pitted. I was able to leapfrog most of the field, and then engine started to sputter. And that's when I realized that it wasn't going to make it. So.
And we were just talking to you a few weeks ago about what your next race would be. Little did we expect it to be Dover. And you came out tonight, you tried to put in the effort and just came up just a wee bit short.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either.
As that, I mean short on spark plugs. We're sorry to see you up here so early.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't think I was going to be running this race either. I kind of caved into peer pressure a little bit by my fellow competitors to run this race. So.
Dude, I was trying to get Hamlin to do it. He's only 20 points out of the playoffs.
And the stage is over. As I forgot, it was only 37 laps.
I'll let you guys continue.
Yeah, man, get out of here. We got to spray some Febreze.
Bye.
Bye.
As Showtime Flash, your stage 1 winner, we saw them pulling away from Parley towards the last couple laps, but it looks like we got a little bit sidetracked by Timmy. Elvin, if you're watching us over, which I know you will be in about, 6 hours, we are sorry for not covering that. I would like to take this time to thank all of our sponsors who make this happen. We appreciate you guys. MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, ESMN, FTR Racing League, NARS, and MinaPeach.com. Thank you all for sponsoring as we are about to get Stage 2 underway. Showtime Favre taking the lead away on pit stops. Let's see what he does here as we go through the restart zone. Green flag, back out here at Dover. Stage 2 underway.
You got 77 breaking away as you see the 42 of Elvin Priest moving into P2. Now trying to look to the inside, shows the nose underneath the 77. He's going to be there going into turn 3. Turn 4 is where you got to watch, especially coming on exit. They all ride out clean as Elvin Priest takes away P1.
What a job there by Elvin Priest on the restart. Went from about 4th to 1st in about 4 turns. Excellent job by the 42 car getting below the 7 and 77. Now we see a new leader here at Dover.
Absolutely incredible job by that 42, just keeping it clean. That 77's not done though. He is right on the bumper. That Elvin has a mirror full of Showtime Favre right now.
As we're right back to seeing single file racing, but as these stages progress, we expect to see more and more moves as the cars start to free themselves on these, long runs. No cautions yet besides the stage break. Elvin Priest doing everything he can. That 77 car full of speed tonight. We saw it here in the first stage. Almost won the first stage, but came up short to his teammate. Now trying to go track down the 42 of Elvin Priest. Oh, Parley on the apron.
What's going on with Parley? Parley's on the apron.
trouble with the 5 car as he gets back up to speed. It looks like he got a little bit of loose off turn 4, and that sends him down to the apron. He decided to back out and give up the spots. A turn of events for the 5 car after leading the first 20 laps, now all the way to the back.
That's insane. And again, turn 4 got loose. He tried to miss the wall. Oh no, now he's in the grass.
He has big issues as he's out. His night ends early as it looks like he might have had a mechanical failure. As we go right back to the front, the 42 still your leader here at Dover. 7 laps in to the second stage. We've seen a lot of stuff happen in these 7 laps, including a DNF from the driver that led the first 20 laps. Huge turn of events for the 5 car, but he'll get back on track for the playoffs, as we hope. Elvin Priest, still your leader.
Yeah, that's not how you want to, definitely not the day he wanted to have that, Harley, because you want as much momentum going into the playoffs as you can get, and having your day end at the start of stage 2 of such a long race, that's definitely not how you want your playoffs to start.
Elvin Priest, still your leader, your top 5. Elvin Priest, Showtime Favre, Showtime Flash running 3rd. None other than Field Filler running in 4th. And then rounding out the top 5 is HMS Speed Clinic, also known as Billy Racer. That is your top 5 here from Dover.
Yeah, and you can throw a blanket over these 5. They are nose to tail and through this whole stage for the most part. And yeah, where did Field Filler come from? I don't even think he was in the top 5. Now here he is running with the leaders.
As these top 5 have pulled away from these guys behind. I believe that is, yeah, I Shoot and the new guy. Sorry, no, Black Cross. That's Black Cross. Lavish running last place, having a not so warm welcome to the Phantom Pro Series here at Dover.
Oh, we got a pass for the lead here. The 77 of Showtime Farm to the inside of Elvin Priest. Gonna carry it through turns 1. Side by side, he's gonna clear him easy through turn 2, but here comes his teammate Showtime Flash looking to make a run to the inside. Gonna carry it through turns 3 and 4. Elvin stuck on the I side as now the 44 Field Filler comes through to take away potentially P3.
Showtime Favre back to the point with his teammate. These Showtime guys putting on a show. It's in the name here at Dover, as they have, you know, as a team, led the most laps so far, putting on an absolute clinic here at Dover. What a job by these 2 drivers.
I can't believe it, dude. Elvin just went to P5 in a lap and a half. That is insane.
Elvin Priest gave up the bottom, left the lane open, and that allowed all the drivers in the top 5 to make the pass on him, and now it sends him all the way back to this front pack.
Yeah, you just got Showtime Favre now pulling away from his teammate, who got a little loose going through turns 3 and 4 in that last lap and allowed Favre to have a little bit of a break and not have to worry about his mirrors for half a lap.
He knows his teammate won't be as aggressive as some of these other guys in the top 5, and now you're seeing it. Field Filler is up to 3rd. What a job by him. Once again, we did not see him much in the first stage, and now pit stops should be getting underway here soon. 3 pit stops this stage.
Yeah, and if he can keep this run going, I mean, really all he's done is just run his race. Do what he's been doing all year. Like, he doesn't have 2 wins because they just landed in his lap. He worked for those wins. He kept it clean, stayed consistent. And if he can do that here, he might be able to have a really strong end to his regular season.
Absolutely. And Field Filler doing one absolute amazing job. As you know, in the beginning of the season, we only saw him as a guy who would win off fuel strategy, and that win just a few weeks ago, we all saw it. What an incredible job by him. And now running in third here at Dover and doing a great job capitalizing on others' mistakes.
Yeah. No, I think he's definitely going to be one to watch for. I think for the rest of the not only this race but all the playoffs. I think he's going to be a guy you seriously have to consider for having a pretty good chance at making a deep playoff run if he really hones in on it.
One of his biggest advantages is just how quiet of a guy he is. I mean, you don't hear from much, not a lot of controversy coming around that 44 car, and that can really help you out. I mean, you don't want to anger other drivers, your competitors in the playoffs, as he just quietly runs in the top 5 week in and week out. We're starting to see how beneficial that is for the 44 team.
Yeah, and especially when you got a track in round 1, because I believe we finished with Talladega at the end of the first round, and that's definitely a track where you need all the help you can get. So, you know, Field Filler definitely has the upper hand there with not really starting anything with anybody, just kind of being the guy that you would want to work with.
As we see our first car on pit road, that's the 23 of HMS Speed Clinic as pit stops starting to get underway here at Dover. Your first driver down pit road is the 23. Let's see if anyone comes around this time. Nobody yet. So a short pit strategy for the 23. We did not see that work out in stage 1 for the 66 car. We'll see if it works out for the 23.
Or even Elvin Priest, who also short pitted the leaders. He did come out in front, but he sank like a rock as soon as everybody else got their tires.
As the 23 is now exiting pit road, the leaders fly by him to put him 2 laps down.
8, 24, 41, the 31 all coming down this time.
As we're starting to see that second pack that formed, it looks like they might be working together a little bit here. See if they can keep the pack together. I Shoot FTR, the leader of that group, Blackcross in the 24, Lord Grizzle in the 31, and then the 41 of Old Johnny Boy. Oh, and Lavish in the 21.
And now you got the leaders this time. They're down.
Once again, side by side, the 77 and 7 car. They've been working together pretty well all night. As you see the cars in front coming off of pit road, as it looks like I Shoot in the 8 car has a speeding penalty.
Oh no, he was already having or not having the run he was really looking for, so having that to compound it as well is definitely not what you're looking to have this early.
That could be the dagger to his night. You know it, at Dover, it's really hard to come back from a penalty like that. As now you see the race off pit road, Showtime Flash in the 7 car, as here comes the 23 on the outside. The short pit strategy is going to put the 23 to the lead here at Dover.
That is insane, but the question is, can he hold it? We saw the 42, or the 42, sorry, do that same strategy, and he only held it for half a lap. But right now, in control of this race.
23 car with the short pit strategy, you can tell he's all over the place. You have to be to defend this lead. Let's see how long it's going to take before Showtime Flash gets a little bit impatient with this 23 car, as he knows he's the faster car. It's not going to take him long as he dives it down to the inside. Back to the lead here at Dover, Showtime Flash.
And moves Showtime Farm to P2. He was able to sneak under that 23 as well. That's just the thing, dude, is as soon as those tires get heated up, if you're 4 laps behind like the 23 was, it's all over at that point.
As it looks like one of those drivers in the top 5 lost a draft. I'm trying to find out who it was. I believe it was Lord Grizzle, am I correct? I'm not sure. Anyway, back to the lead, the Showtime duo, 7 and 77, just absolutely dominant. They're doing everything they can to make sure that they come home with a win tonight, either Showtime Flash or Showtime Farm.
Or even that, just come home 1 and 2. Try and sweep the podium if they can, but these are our sleeper picks too. We weren't picking these guys to win. We were picking these guys to be the surprise. And so far, they have been in control, and by a large margin of this race, as I just saw the 44 field filler take third away.
Yes, he got into the back of the 23 car coming off of turn 2 there. It looks like he wasn't going to wait any longer as he's watching those two drivers ahead of him pull away. He didn't want to waste his time on a guy with 3 to 2 lap older tires. So now that pushed field filler 44 back to third. Elvin Priest now running fourth.
Yeah, and look at all the ground he lost because of sitting behind that 23 car. He is now half a straightaway away from these two. I mean, he was able to probably save a little bit, which is probably what he was going for. Try and get a half a lap on those before getting the pass done. But, yeah, he has some ground to make up now. It's now the 23. I think I just saw go to pit road. That might be another car out.
As it seems like it is, the strategy doesn't work out for the 23. And that's going to end his night early. It's now 3 cars with early DNFs. Parley, Timmy, and Billy all out of the race early. Unfortunate to see a couple of guys with some great speed ending their nights early, but it's all right. They're getting ready for the playoffs starting next week. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a tandem work here between the front 2 guys in the Showtime cars, and then Field Filler and Elvin back here in 3rd and 4th working their own little tandem as they're continuing to lose time to these Showtime drivers.
Yeah, we didn't even see this coming. We really thought at the start of this race that Elvin was going to be the one that was going to have the dominant car, but these Showtime guys are putting the name on the track, and they have just been in utter control of this thing.
As we saw it right there, Showtime Favre got on the wall a little bit there, and that's going to put a little bit of a gap between these front 2 cars, as it looks like Showtime Favre is struggling. It feels like, I feel like that in dirty air, he's just really struggling to keep that car down to the bottom off the corner. And that can really hurt you. As you see there, he bounces off the apron, overdrives the corner, and that's going to allow his 7-car teammate to pull away, about 5 car lengths separating the 2.
Yeah, that's the thing with these short tracks, man. That dirty air can really mess your car up out front. In clean air, it could be totally different than when you're just behind even 1 car.
These Showtime guys have been great all season. Showtime Flash, arguably one of the most consistent drivers, and we saw it. History being made just a few weeks ago at Road America in that 77 car. Led every single green flag lap and won the race for the first time in Phantom history. And now, on only a part-time schedule, I believe, Showtime Favre making it show that his name is still worth something here in league racing.
Ooh, Black crossing the wall down the backstretch. Oh no, he's parking it, I think.
As the 21 also parked it. A lot of guys,
no, he's pitting.
Oh, he's pitting. So
yeah,
Black Cross parks it and ends his night as well. So now 4 DNF.
And then there were 9.
Not what you like to see. Obviously, a couple of drivers that knew they had no shot at this regular season championship, ending their nights early to get ready for next Thursday, which I'm going to give a little shout out here. Please, everybody, get ready. It's going to be a great Phantom playoffs. We're going to see on Saturday nights, we're going to see the Pro-Am playoffs, and then on Thursday nights, we'll be seeing the Pro Series playoffs. So make sure to tune into that. It should be one hell of playoffs. 12 drivers make it. I think that's another reason we saw some cars backing out. They already knew they were in the playoffs, so why not back out? Now we're seeing a patch for the lead. I was interrupted. The 77 went to the bottom for just a second, but slides right back in behind Flash.
Yeah, I thought he had a run when that 21 car came through to gain a lap back after pitting, and Favre saw a chance to flash his inside, tried to take it, but he couldn't make that car stick.
As pit stops should be coming underway soon. When will these Showtime guys make their move to pit road? One of the biggest factors is getting down to pit road without a penalty, as we saw Showtime Favre during qualifying practicing that pit road entry. It's very risky. It's very slick down there. When you go down there and dive down in turn 3, you got to be careful not to spin the tires coming to pit road. You could get a speeding penalty.
Yeah, or even to get to the apron too quick and risk spinning the car.
We've seen that before. I'm one of those drivers that have done that plenty of times, and it cost me plenty of races. And we're seeing a car down pit road. That's none other than the 42 of Elvin Priest. Short pitting once again. Maybe it'll work this time. We'll see. Elvin Priest down pit road here at Dover.
Yeah, as you still see these Showtime guys just nose to tail running around this Dover track. Now the 8 car of Aishu gonna go down to the apron this time and take his pit stop. We'll see where Elvin comes out when he finishes his.
As we're seeing the fuel light come on for the Showtime drivers, they should be pitting this lap or next lap. Yep, they're coming in this time. The 7 and 77, the two guys that have been dominating all night long, make their way on the pit road. The 7 came in there a little bit hot. We'll see if that works out for him. Hopefully no penalty for that 7 car.
Yeah, especially on a run that you're pretty much in control of right now. You definitely don't want to be throwing out speeding penalties to risk ruining your day. Because now that it is the all the top 3 coming down this time.
As Elvin Priest is off pit road now, going through turns 3 and 4. Off of turn 4 now. Let's see if the strategy works this time. Maybe puts them back in the lead. That could be huge. We'll see if anyone got a speeding penalty here. As your top 3 all down pit road field fillers, Showtime Favre and Showtime Flash. All down pit road, Showtime Flash, the first car off. And yeah, it looks like Showtime Flash had a great pit stop as he pulls away from his teammate big time. Elvin Priest now gets past second place, but not enough to get even close to first. Showtime Flash has a ginormous lead.
What a pit stop he just had. Gonna be high-fiving the pit crew when he's done. But yeah, 42 right now, out in front of Favre. The question is, can he stay there? He doesn't have as... What is the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word here. He doesn't have the 2 or 3 laps lesser tires than these other guys, so maybe he can stay up there a little longer.
I think the word you're looking for is fresh.
Something like that.
As we'll see, we're on board now with the 77 car. Let's see how fast he can go up there and run down this 42 car. This might be the first time all race that these Showtime drivers have been separated. As Showtime Favre had a really bad pit stop, and you can see the effect of that as he's about 2 seconds, 3 seconds back from his teammate, who is now running in the lead.
I was going to say, you want to talk about bad pit stop? What happened to Field Filler on pit road? He was right up on their tails when they came down, and now he's about he's at least half a second away from the lead.
I believe Showtime Favre might have had a little bit of damage that he had to repair on that pit stop. He was getting in the wall a couple of times. And now, Elvin Priest with a mirror full of the 77 car.
Yeah, I think if we get a late race caution, something like that, you might see guys that are going to try and short pit knowing that they can hold that position for at least a lap, which, depending on where we are in the race, that might be all you need.
As Elvin Priest gives up the spot to the 77, as he knows that that 77 car is the faster car, and he knows that's his best chance to go up there and catch Showtime Flash.
Yeah, makes quick work of the 42, is now sets his sight not only on the 8 car, because he still has to get by him, but his teammate that's about half a straightaway ahead.
As now the 77 car makes a move to pit road.
Oh, this is interesting. We did see this on Saturday too. We saw drivers stay out for a little bit and quickly get that third pit stop done to be able to run out the stage and be able to have a pretty sizable lead when all was said and done. So could we be seeing that again with Showtime Favre?
Showtime Favre comes down pit road. We'll see how this works out for him, as
Priest down pit road too.
it looks like they're trying to short pit it, maybe just grab a tank of gas. Yeah, it looks like it's only going to be gas for some of the drivers. Let's see if that works out, though, especially with the tire wear at a track like Dover. It's going to be really loose towards the end of this stage.
Yeah, Flash does not. Might do it. We're going to see what he does here. Comes out of turn 2, down the back stretch. Is he going to dive it to the apron? No, he's going to decide to stick it out.
Showtime Flash holding out here. Let's see if this strategy call works for him, as he's the only driver, I believe, that hasn't pit yet.
And I think Elvin got tires as well, because he's now just coming off of pit road. So I think he got the whole kit when he came down.
Unless he had a penalty.
True.
Always a possibility. As the 7 car not making any signs of coming to pit road anytime soon. I'm not sure if it's going to work out. I know that car is going to be struggling on these tires. And now he makes the sign. He's down pit road.
This is going to be interesting to see where he comes out at, because we know that the 77 is ahead of him. Right now riding in P6. Now 5. So we're going to see where all these guys end up when all is said and done with this interesting pit strip, with this interesting pit call.
As the 7 car took forever. It looks like he took the extra 3 laps. I'm not sure if this is going to work out for him. He's going to come back out pretty far behind that 7 car. I mean, he's just taking fuel as well. Unless he is taking tires. It looks like he is.
Yeah, he's getting the whole kit too. 77's going to have the lead, but he's not going to have the same tires as everybody else.
As the 7 car now comes off pit road.
And here comes Showtime, who's going to be coming into turn 1.
So Showtime Favre, he didn't take tires. But Showtime Flash did. You can see the difference. Showtime Flash is pulling away like a rocket.
That is interesting. What a interesting calls we got here in the middle of stage 2. Let's see how it finishes.
as Showtime Flash is going to pull away really far here. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to have a chance to run him down here. And Elvin Priest, I believe, is also going to have a shot at running down that 77 car. I know it seems like a lot. He's half a track away, but fresh tires compared to no tires at Dover, big difference. About 0.4 difference.
Yeah, and we saw it on Saturday, too. At the end of the stage, there was a 5-second gap between first and second. At the end of the stage, it was half a second. And that was like 5 laps. So he has, 13 left in this one? He can definitely have a crack at taking away P2 if he plays his cards right. As I think it says that the 77 is actually your leader right now.
The 77 is not your leader.
Oh, it says on the stream he is.
Oh,
is it P1 on the stream?
Yeah, I guess he is P1. As the 7 car might be still a lap down.
Or on the tail end of the lead lap. Potentially, maybe he is. That's interesting. So
he
now
might have
this
just
could be...
taken fuel, and it might have seemed like he took tires, but he didn't. He might have had a penalty.
He might have.
But why would he pull away so far from the 77 car?
Yeah. So I think he just tried a strategy and might not have worked out. But right now, this battle for what we thought was going to be second could actually be to win the stage.
As the 77 car has a whole straightaway lead over Elvin Priest in the 42. He's on cruise control right now.
Yeah, definitely making sure you don't overdrive the corners like we've seen him do a couple of times in this race. Gonna be definitely taking it a little bit easier now.
Showtime Flash has already gained half the track on Showtime Favre.
That's crazy. That's exactly how good tires are. Compared to what? This is now, 10, no, not 10, 15 laps. Yeah, maybe like 10, 15 lap difference between the 7 and the 77.
And now you're starting to see how fast this 7 car really is. As he's on fresh tires and running down that leader really fast. I mean, he's only a half a lap away from catching right back up. He should be able to catch Elvin Priest, no issue here.
That is insane. Really just showing off how good that car is.
As there's not many cars left in this field.
No. Which allows you to be able to try stuff like this. You know, short pitting, staying out a little longer than you would, taking tires, taking gas only. It gives you the ability to be able to have a little bit more freedom with what you do when you come down that pit road.
As we're going to go right back on board with Showtime Flash. As he caught up to old Johnny Boy with no issue at all. He has Elvin in his sights now with about 6 laps to go in the stage.
This is going to be crazy. If he can catch these, if he can not only get past the 42, but potentially even be able to see the 77 before the stage ends.
And now Showtime Flash. Nowhere near Elvin Priest. But I believe he just had a penalty and he got it worked on, and it is what it is. But Showtime Favre on cruise control right now.
That could definitely be good for him, as he really hasn't raced a whole lot. So getting as many points as you can in this race could definitely be a good momentum boost going into the playoffs.
We now have 3 laps to go here in stage 2. Coming to a close now. Showtime Favre on cruise control, looking to get some extra points. Technically, he's locked into the playoffs. If he wants to go full time, he would have a playoff spot all to himself. As now 2 laps to go in stage 2. Showtime Favre with some great strategy work, all alone in the middle of turn 2. Nobody in sight whatsoever in front of him or behind him. He's just cruising right now. Now, off of turn 4, 1 lap to go in stage 2 here at Dover. Showtime Favre, the guy who's running only his, I believe, 4th race of the season, already has a whole bunch of stage wins. We saw the historic night back a few weeks ago at Road America. And now, off turn 4 for the final time, Showtime Favre wins stage 2 here at Dover.
And don't look now, but guess who came in second? Because it wasn't Elvin Priest. Field Filler will come in second at the end of stage 2. Insane run by this 44 car.
So now we're going to take some time to thank the sponsors: MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, ESMN, the Super Squad, FTR Racing League, NARS, and MinaPeach.com. Thank you guys for sponsoring this league. You guys make it happen, and we go out here and produce some good commentating for you guys. So thank you all for making this happen. As now we're going to see a 77-lap shootout between pretty much Elvin Priest, Field Filler, and then the 2 Showtime drivers. I believe that's going to be your top 4 finishers no matter what. And Elvin Priest, pretty much now guaranteed. He is your 2024 Phantom Pro Series regular season champion, as now the green flag back out. Showtime Favre leads them to the green.
And here we see him just have that absolute breakneck speed as he leaves the other people in the dust. Elvin able to break away though, comes out P2 again. 44 this time able to get back to the inside to not lose any other positions, and gets right to the bumper of the 42. As now we see the 7 car of Showtime Flash moving into P4, trying to make up for the ground he lost on that pit strategy to end stage 2.
Let's see. This is the first time we're seeing that number 7 car in really dirty air. So we're going to see how the car handles. I mean, we haven't seen it yet tonight. Hopefully he can find his way back up to the top 3 here and go take back the lead.
Yeah, but that's a strong top 3 in front of him. You got your points champion. You got a guy who won a race by leading every single green flag lap. You have the most consistent guy, some would say, in the series in front of you. Like, this isn't going to be, you know, one at a time. This is going to be one every maybe 10 laps if you're lucky to get by.
Yeah, now Showtime Favre in a 2-man battle right now. Hopefully we can see some work from Field Filler. We haven't seen a lot of big moves from him tonight, as now you can see when Elvin signs up, it doesn't look like Field Filler attempts to make that move. He's very patient. One thing to know about Field Filler.
No, he has definitely got the patience, and that's why he has all these good finishes. This guy's, he's not overly aggressive. He's not pushing the envelope, you know. He's taking what's given to him, and if it doesn't look like he can really get a good run to make a quality pass, he's going to sit back, save his stuff, and wait for the next opportunity to come.
And now it looks like there he is. He's going to peek down to the inside. Is he going to stick with it? Nope, he's just back in line. Showtime Favre putting some distance between him and the 42 car, trying to pull away before his teammate gets past them. And we know that there's a good chance that 7 car will fly past some of these guys.
Oh, now here he comes to the inside, gets the nose underneath the 42. 42 got a little too high through turns 3 and 4, allowing Field Filler to come through, and now here comes the train of cars behind him as Alvin will continue to lose spots on that outside. The 7 through, the 31 with the 41 in tow. Alvin Priest could potentially go from second. Is he going to be able to clear the 41? No, the 41 stays to his inside. They drag race through turns 1 and 2. Contact made. Alvin into the wall. Now the 78 comes through. Move the 78 into the top 5.
Oh, it looks like Alvin Priest is very frustrated with that 41 car. That's something you don't want to do, is piss off the league owner. As the 41 gets into the side of Alvin Priest in the middle of 1 and 2, Alvin collects into the wall. And that's going to put him all the way back in 6th. About 2 seconds back from the lead pack. Your top 4. Showtime Favre, Field Filler, Showtime Flash, and then Lord Grizzle in the 31 car.
Incredible stuff you got going on right now. And like we said, Field Filler, he's not going to be overly aggressive. Alvin Priest showed him the gap, and he just like snuck it in there, didn't drive him up the corner, didn't use him up at all. Very clean passes. Now Field Filler is in P2.
Field Filler going to be very patient about this. Obviously not patient. You don't want to be too patient, especially with that 7 car behind him. We've seen it all night long. He's been the fastest car, the car to beat before that pit strategy at the end of stage 2. And now Showtime Flash looks to the bottom, but not enough room. Field Filler shuts the door.
Yeah, that 7 car, I think, is also the cleanest car on track right now. He has not hit the wall once. I don't think there's a scratch on any panel of that 7 car, so he's definitely been doing a good job of keeping that car clean.
A top 4 breakaway between Favre, Field Filler, Flash, and Grizzle. Nobody in sight whatsoever, as now it looks like the 7 car is getting a little bit impatient with the 44. He wants to make a move. He wants to get back to second. We'll see how much longer he can wait before he loses it.
Yeah, he's just waiting for that 44 to just make that one mistake. Just slip up in the corner, have a bad entry, leave any little bit of the bottom open, just like you see right now. The 44, bad entry. The 7 car looks to his inside, can't make it stick. The 44 going to hold on to P2. But that was definitely a chance that Showtime Flash wishes he could have taken more advantage of.
We're going to go on board with the 7 car now. Following this 44, it looks like he keeps trying to make that move in the middle of 3 and 4. That's where Field Filler is really struggling to keep the car on the bottom. As this time around, Field Filler gets through 3 and 4 pretty clean. As he's going to try to make an attempt. No, he's going to run wide in 1 and 2. How much longer will Showtime Flash wait before he makes his move?
Yeah, and the worst part is you're just hoping that not only you keep it clean, but everybody in front of you keeps their cars clean. Because say the 77 hits the wall, the 44 checks up. What's the 7 gonna do? He might have nowhere to go because he's stuck to the bumper of that 44. That's the same kind of thing we saw wreck a whole bunch of days. On Saturday, it was just this tight-knit pack style kind of race run, and one person at the front of it makes a mistake, and you got cars going everywhere behind him.
Still, top 4. Looks like they're just slightly pulling away from the 31, as this is the first time we're really seeing him up in the top 4 all night. And now he finds his way up there. What is he going to do if some of these guys get together here, if things get chaotic?
I think do what you've been doing all race. Just run your style, you know. Just try and is try and keep making those adjustments on pit road to make that car even better. So that way when the time comes where you do have to take evasive maneuvers, you can do that comfortably, knowing that you'll be able to come out the other side all right.
Now the 7 car, what is he going to do? I mean, after dominating most of the night, he finds himself in 3rd, and we're coming to pit stops very shortly here. Will we see another strategy from him? I mean, in the first stage, we saw the strategy to put the Showtime cars up to 1 and 2, and since then, we haven't really seen them pit together. So, now that he's running 3rd, I think he needs to make a move on field filler before these pit stops go underway.
I wouldn't say he necessarily has to. I mean, we're straight to the finish at this point, but we've seen having a good pit stop, or with him having a really clean car, you don't have to worry about repairing any damage that you might have caused. It's just about coming in, getting what you need, and coming out. Unlike now, we see the 77, Showtime Favre, and the 31 coming down.
Old Johnny Boy also on pit road as he pit the lap before. He's just coming into a stall now. As your new leader here at Dover is Field Filler in the 44. Our 6th different leader of the night. The 44 Field Filler doing a good job, as now the 7 and 44 come down pit road. The 7 with a pretty crappy entry, and that's going to give the Field Filler the advantage by about 3 car lengths.
Trying to make sure he doesn't have a speeding penalty, trying to have a clean entry, no risk. Could also mean no reward if you take it too easy. Here comes the 31. Will he be able to beat the 77 out? It's going to be close. No, but they're going to be right bumper to bumper when they come out. Now the question is, in this lap that they have to get their tires warmed up, will they be able to get past the 7 and the 44?
The 44 has a speeding penalty.
Oh, no.
Crushing his hopes for tonight after running in the top 4 for the last about 100 laps. That's going to ruin his night, as Lord Grizzle finds himself far ahead of the 7 car. And I believe that that's going to put him in 2nd place behind Showtime Favre. What a pit stop for the 31 car.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a quick stop, came out right on the bumper of that 77. And you said, what does the 7 car need to do? Well, he needed to short pit. The only problem is his teammate already was ahead of him on it, not allowing him to come down first. And now the 77 is going to retain the lead. And Showtime, with an unfortunate penalty given to the 44, is going to come out P3, but have a bigger gap to deal with.
As we'll see if he can go up there and run down the 31 car of Lord Grizzle. It's going to be a big challenge, as, you know, we're coming about to 50 laps to go in a few laps. In about 2 laps, we should be seeing 50 laps to go here in the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. Showtime Favre growing his lead bit by bit over the 31 car. I wonder if there's enough time for the 7 car, if he's fast enough, to get past the 31 and run down his teammate before these next pit stops go underway.
There might be a chance. We'll see how his tires come in and the difference in wear, but there's really not that much of a difference between the top 2 and the 7 when it comes to tires, like half a lap. So I don't really know. I mean, he has had the fastest car of the race, so there is a chance, but I just don't see anything else besides pure speed working in his favor.
And Lord Grizzle, since he pit the lap before the 77, continues to lose more and more time, as it looks like the 7 car has really gained a bunch of time here. Imagine the story that would be if he finds a way to come back and take that lead away from his teammate and take the win here at Dover. Showtime Favre, just coming off that win at Road America just a few weeks ago. Also, what a story that would be for him, especially after that win, to come out here and beat his fast teammate at a track where he, this whole race, he didn't seem like the faster car. And now he finds himself with the lead with only 50 laps to go. I think that would be incredible if he can collect his second win of the season here tonight.
That would be sweet. And he hasn't been the fastest car, but you could say he's been the most consistent. He's done very little to get in his own way this race. He's just doing what works best for him, doing what he knows works, keeping the car relatively clean. Had, I think, maybe one hiccup on pit road, but because there was a stage break, he was able to make up for that. But I think this 31 of Lord Grizzle is actually doing a pretty good job of sticking with at 77. He's not really losing time. He's not so much gaining time, but he's riding there. Like, he's really holding that 31 to the bottom very well, I think.
Well, I can promise you this. The 7 car is definitely gaining time if the 31 isn't losing, because now the 31's about to have a mirror full of that 7 car as he's caught the back bumper of the 31. Let's see what he does here. It's all about timing with some of these passes. He does have the fresher tires. Will he take advantage of that?
Yeah, you're definitely going to see him take advantage, and I think the 31 took notice because you're starting to see him not really hit that bottom so well. I think he's entering the corners, looking in his mirrors, really giving a lot of bottom up to Showtime Flash, who is now right on his back bumper. And the way the 31's going into the corners, I don't know. I think Showtime might be able to make quick work of it if he really times it right.
Here we go. It looks like he might give up the spot. Yes, he does. Lord Grizzle gives the position to the 7 cars. Now, once again, we're seeing the Showtime cars running 1-2 here at Dover. Is there enough time for the 7 to go run down his teammate, Showtime Favre?
Right now, 1.2 seconds behind the leader. Can he close? As he definitely has the car capable of doing it. We're going to keep an eye on that as this goes by.
We need a new closer ever since Kevin Harvick's retirement. Might as well be Showtime Flash in this 7 car. We'll see if he can get it done.
Right now, the gap staying relatively the same. Showtime going to try, or Flash going to try a couple of lines, or at least try and stay consistent, hit his marks. He knows he's got the car. He just has to let it come to him, not force the issue, not try too hard on entry. Just keep doing what you've been doing and see if it'll be enough to slowly but surely reel in your teammate that's leading.
As the gap has not changed in the last 2 laps, Showtime Flash, maybe not as fast as we thought. I mean, he wasted all that tire wear trying to run down the 31 car just for the 31 to let him go by. They might be on equal stuff here.
Yeah, no, this is going to really come down to who's going to be able to save the most. I think because you have so long to go, and I don't know if they have another pit. Do they have another pit stop before the finish? Oh, so yeah, you might be trying to ride it out for that pit stop and really hope that this time you'll be able to be the one that short pits, maybe, or at least be able to have a better pit stop than the leader, which I think is why you saw Lord Grizzle give up that spot to the 7, because that might be what he's doing as well.
As Showtime Flash gains a 10th that lap. I don't know, it doesn't seem like he's gaining fast enough to get up to his teammate before this next cycle of pit stops begin. But we will see. Another thing is pit entry. We've seen it all night. I mean, a few penalties. Look at Field Filler. I mean, he lost any chance at the win tonight, all based off of a speeding penalty down pit road. And of course, not to mention Cautions do happen, as now you're starting to see the 21 come to pit road. Another driver down pit road as well. I believe that is Elvin Priest. No, it's not. Another driver down pit road. That is old Johnny Boy in the 41.
Yeah,
we might
guys
see two pit
just trying
stops
to.
here.
Yeah, guys just trying to salvage what they can from today. Not having the runs they expected, just trying to get as much as they can out of the finish. But yeah, we're really not seeing any time gained nor lost from P1 and 2, staying relatively the same, around second and a quarter to about a second and a tenth. As I think we're seeing the 77 ducking to the bottom.
All three.
The teammates coming down pit road, all three.
I was going to mention, too, before the pit stop started, a great job by Lord Grizzle keeping up with these guys. I mean, even after losing the spot to Showtime Flash, he managed to keep up with them, and now they're going to have fresh tires all together in a line.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with Lord Grizzle. He came in hot, trying to stay as close as he could to that 7 car. So we're going to see if he may have come in too fast and it'll just be a 2-car race, or if he was able to keep it clean, and we'll be able to see all 3 come out together.
As here we go, we're viewing the front end of the 77 car. As now
he's clean. He's coming out right now, and he's right on the bumper of the 2.
They all come out the same way they came in. And now Showtime Favre still your leader, but the 7 car cut down that gap big time. Not much space in between all 3 of the leaders. And now Lord Grizzle finds himself on equal equipment to the guys in front of him. Let's see if Showtime Favre can put a little bit of space between him and the 7 car.
Yeah, and what you saw, the 7 gain in time, you see the 31 equally lose in time. He was right on the bumper of that 7 car, and now the 7 car is on the bumper of the 77. So definitely not the pit stop the 31 wanted to have, but definitely better than what I thought, because I saw him coming wicked fast on entry. So
yeah, we were expecting to see another field filler moment, as field filler's night, unfortunately, without a caution, is over. As he was running in the top 3, top 4 before a speeding penalty late in that last pit stop. That ends his night early. And now you're starting to see the 7 car get the car together. Let's see if he has anything for his teammate. Here we go.
yeah, you're seeing him now at 2/10 behind, about 2.5 tenths behind the lead, when he was 1 second and 2 tenths behind the lead, so gained a full second on pit road alone, and now he's just going to sit in the bumper, save his stuff probably till the end of this one, so that way he can really have the equipment to be able to make a quality pass for the win, potentially.
I feel like now is not the best time to make that pass. Obviously, unless Showtime Favre makes a mistake, you take it, but I don't know. As there you go, he's pushed the car too hard. The 7 car bounces off the apron. Maybe he's a little bit more impatient than we thought he would be right now. As now,
Yeah, right now you would be wanting to save it, not really use it up.
absolutely. And now Showtime Favre, that's not what you want to do, especially with the tire wear here at Dover. You don't want to be bouncing off that apron. It'll kill your tires.
28 laps remaining.
Man, this race flew by. I mean, it feels like we were on lap 60 just a few minutes ago. And now we're coming towards about 25 to go in any moment here. Showtime Flash keeping up with his teammate. I say, in my opinion, I think the best thing you can do is just follow behind and just hope that he makes a mistake. Obviously, if he doesn't, you have to go up there and make the move yourself.
And do not count out Lord Grizzle yet. He is still within, I think, just at a second behind the leader. He is really doing a good job at staying with these two. So if any of those two make a mistake, both collect each other, Lord Grizzle is right there to capitalize.
As Showtime Flash all over the back bumper of the 77. The 77 doesn't have a good exit. Now the 7's going to look to the outside. Can he make it happen? They're side by side in 1 and 2. The 77 car still clear, but the run on the outside to the 7. They stay side by side through the second bridge. The 7 car on the outside. He's going to lose the spot. The 77 clear. Maybe no. He's going to peek down to the inside. Is there anything there? As the 77 still bouncing off the apron, he feels the pressure from that 7 car.
And if you're that 31, you're like, yes, please keep going. As we saw him close in, is actually now we see Lord Grizzle come down pit road.
Wow. So they might need another pit stop. And it looks like the 31 is going with the short pit strategy. We'll see if it works out in his favor. We don't know. Do the leaders have enough gas and tires to make it to the end of this race?
We're going to find out as the 77 showing the top to the 7 car. He is not giving Flash the bottom. He can let him run his line up high all he wants, but he's got that Flash has a really good entry. Not able to exit off of turn 2. Not able to capitalize on it. Stays in line with his teammate.
Patience is going to be the key to success as the 7 car once again peeks to the outside. He thinks he can get it done up there. Or maybe he's trying a crossover move. I mean, I'm not sure, but now the 7 car, they get side by side here on corner entry. The 7 car with a good run on the outside. Can he make it stick? They are still side by side for the lead. 20 laps to go here at Dover. Brought to you by MinaPeach.com.
Yeah, and if I'm the I'd be a little worried though if I'm the 7 car. Like if I'm making this pass, I need it now. But now the 77 to the inside and will come down pit road for his last pit stop of this race.
We'll see if Lord Grizzle's strategy works out. What a move that would be. If he can make this work and come home with a win, that would be incredible, as they did not have enough gas. They were short by only 4 laps.
Yeah, and that's actually Showtime Flash. That's actually Lord Grizzle in front of Showtime Flash. Just able to stay out ahead of him. So that works wonders for the strategy he's on right now. Maybe we'll see Showtime Flash looking to run this thing out a little longer. As soon as I say that, he ducks it to the apron. He's going to come down this time.
As it looks like a speeding penalty for Showtime Favre. He had a very long pit stop. No, it wasn't. I'm looking at the stream right now. It wasn't. Just a very long pit stop for that 77 car. Not what you need to see right now.
And if you're that 31 of Lord Grizzle, that is exactly what you want to see in here. As that could potentially move you up from P3 to P2, and all you did was come down pit road. As he is a mirror full of Elvin right now, but I think Elvin's on a different tire strategy.
I believe Lord Grizzle took no tires.
Interesting.
We'll see how that works out here. As Lord Grizzle comes off turn 4, bound to pass that 7 car. And that is going to put Lord Grizzle as your leader. Possibly a 2-tire stop, maybe no tires at all. Lord Grizzle, your leader, with 16 laps to go this time.
What a job by that 31. As I think he is a
Showtime
full
Favre is
straightaway.
gaining 3/10 a corner. 4/10 a corner.
Man, this is going to be a heck of a finish, because if I'm that 31 now, I'm just running my line, keeping it clean, saving, so that way when that 77 does eventually catch me, I can hold my own and make it a battle.
As Showtime Flash comes off pit road far behind his teammate, that might just be it for his night unless Lord Grizzle gives Showtime Favre some trouble when making that pass for the lead. We'll see how it works out. There's only 2.8 seconds is the split. As I'm literally saying that sentence, it goes down to 2.4.
That is insane. This is going to be a fight to the finish, and we're coming now at 14 laps to go. He'll be able to catch him within the final 10. If not with 10 to go.
It might be before that. I mean, he's getting 4/10 of corners now. 13 laps to go here at Dover. Showtime Favre gaining rapidly on that number 31 car. He's only a second back now. The strategy call for the 31 not working in his favor. Showtime Favre should be able to make this pass from the outside if he wants.
Or is he saving? Could he be trying to run the middle groove and save what he has left in the tires he has?
I mean, Showtime Flash did pit a lap after Showtime Favre. As now, Favre is going to dive it below the 31. The 31 gets to the wall. He felt the pressure and could not withstand it. That's going to put Showtime Favre as your new leader with only 12 laps to go here at Dover.
And don't look now, but Flash now under a second behind Favre. So if he can get by this 31, which he looks to his inside now, he's going to try and take it into turn 1. He does, and the 31 gives it up. The 7 is not out of this fight yet.
Now, through turns 3 and 4, Showtime Favre looking for another huge night here in the Phantom Pro Series. 10 laps to go from the Monster Mile.
0.8 of a second separate Favre from Flash. And it drops every lap. Flash has a shot if he keeps it consistent, keeps it steady, hugs that bottom, rides his line. He will be able to give a fight to Showtime Favre for the win. Was had to wait and see, now down to almost half a second.
Only 8 laps to go. Next time around will be 7 laps to go. Showtime Flash doing everything he can, using all the car has to give. 7 laps to go here at Dover. Showtime Flash with one more chance to beat his teammate here at Dover.
Yeah, and you don't get 4 wins for nothing. He's got speed. He's got the car. He's shown it all day. He can ride right on the bumper of that 77 as he continues to close 10th by 10th, lap by lap.
6 to go.
I think he's going to have him with about 2 to go, potentially, and be able to give that 77 a fight for the win.
And you know that 77 car's feeling that pressure as Showtime Flash is diving it hard into the corner. He's going to do everything in his power. 5 laps to go here at Dover.
And he is there. He's closed into about 2/10, I think. About a car length. Now separate the lead, separate first and second.
He's right up on the back bumper of the 77 car. How much time is he going to waste? How aggressive is he going to be? 4 laps to go.
Yeah, the 37 has completely the 31 is completely checked out. He's gone, not even in the picture anymore. It's now just a 2-car battle as he is on the bumper, looking to the high side through turns 3. Not going to make it stick, but he gives him the bump into turn 3. Goes
go
down.
for the crossover.
Yep, has the dive coming out of turn 4.
3 to
He's
go.
there. He's underneath him. The
Almost
77
contact.
dives into turn 1. Reveals all the bottom as now Flash has the run out of 2 down the backstretch.
Now, with only 2 laps to go this time around, here we go. Who's gonna be more aggressive? Who's gonna give and who's gonna take the 7 car to the outside? He's gonna look to the outside. Is he gonna look for the crossover now? Not just yet. He's still sticking with the outside lane. He thinks he can make the pass happen from out there. Far protecting the bottom. Now, through turns 3 and 4, once again, this time around, through the restart zone, 1 lap to go. Brought to you by NARS. Some lap traffic in the way. The 7 car doing everything he can. Will he use the bumper? Down the backstretch for the final time. The 77 gets to the wall. The 7 to the bottom. They're side by side through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The 7 on the inside, the 77 on the outside. Will it be enough? The 7 car wins at Dover. What a move by the 7 car.
What a finish by Showtime Flash. I told you with 2 laps to go he was going to be there fighting for the win, and exactly that happened. You saw him just show. The 77 had been riding it high for about a lap before that. The 7 took advantage of it, trying to do that crossover and dive out of on corner exit. Made it stick to the bottom. The 77 got loose on turn 4 exit, and it was all over from there.
Unbelievable. What a heartbreak finish for Showtime Favre, leading literally the last 50 laps of the race. As it came down to the final lap, made a huge mistake, got in the wall, and gave up the lead to his teammate. I think that's the only thing that can make it worse, is the fact that he lost to none other than his teammate. As Showtime Flash, I believe, collects his 5th win of the season here at the Monster Mile. What a move, what a job, as he was about 2 seconds back with 10 to go. He wasted no time at all. He wasted any bit of tire that car had, as he made the move at the right time. Field Filler comes home with the fastest lap. We're about to have our top 3 up in the booth. Plus, I want to ask Elvin a few questions, as he is your regular season champion here in the Phantom Pro Series.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely want to talk to Showtime about all the strategy he took, short pitting, not short pitting, running a little longer than the rest. It's definitely going to be good when they get here.
As we're about to get the top 3 up in the booth. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. You guys make this happen. You guys make it interesting, because I'm going to read some of your guys' comments real quick. And by everyone saying, what a finish, 100% agreed from us up in the booth. We watched it all. You guys saw it through our eyes, as we appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight on this beautiful Thursday afternoon here at Dover. Thank you all, as we're about to send out some invites to some of these guys who finished in the top 3. I'm not sure where anyone is.
They'll be here. Man, though, that was it stinks, though, that the 31 wasn't able to be a part of that, because he was poised to have a shot at that before that last pit stop.
Absolutely. And, wow, what a lap by Field Filler as well, running the fastest lap of the race. He was very fast before that penalty. We all saw it, and it was very heartbreaking to watch. Field Filler did such a great job tonight. But now the playoffs are going to start next week, and I believe that Field Filler is going to be one of the guys to beat.
Definitely. I know we talked about his consistency. He didn't have that one pit stop was the only downfall of his race. One bad pit stop. But that's how it works here at Dover, man. That one mistake, like we said at the start of this, one mistake, and Dunsky, especially in a field that's this small.
As now we got the top 3 up in the booth. Sorry, we have 2 of them up in the booth. We're missing the 3rd, which I believe was Lord Grizzle.
I do believe it was as well.
Do you guys know who finished third?
It was Grizzle.
Okay. As I guess I want to start with Elvin. And now the reason I'm asking, okay, boss man. Okay. So where is Lord Grizzle? He's all we're waiting on. I say we skip to second place for now, and then we can come back. So I'll let you take over this one, Walbridge.
Yeah, Favre, we saw you have a tremendous race. You were in control of this thing from just about the word go. Walk us through those last 5 laps when you saw Flash get into second and start running you down. What was going through your mind at the end of that one?
Laughter. Legit laughter. Because I was kind of... I haven't really done this with him before, but I knew that he had 2-lap fresher tires, so I knew he was going to try and cross me over, get on my inside, so I was holding that inside coming off of the corner as best I could, and I would let off just a tad bit on entry to keep him on my outside so I could go into pit on a different lap than him and try and gain a little bit of time. And he was just absolutely showtime with his pit stops tonight. His entrances were absolutely insane. I think he gapped me like almost a second, if not more than a second, in stage 2. So I was just kind of taking that as like, hey, I need to do something different here to try and get in front of him and stay in front of him. And coming to 10 laps to go, I knew he was going to get there. Him and I have raced so much, like I said, I legit just started laughing because I knew what was about to happen. Amazing race by Flash. He was on it tonight like he is every single league race. But it just seems to me, I get the short end of the stick when he's racing against people. He always seems to, beat me up a little bit more. Not beat me up, but you know what I mean. Like he always seems to try a little bit harder when he races, when he races Favre. So, I'm super excited that I got to be a part of this league this season. I'm not sure if I will be back for any of the playoff races, so if not, I really appreciate Phantom and Elvin for letting me race during this regular season. I hope he allows me back during the playoffs, but I understand if he does not. Huge shout out to Flash 9. That was insane. Grizzle, thank you for a great battle. You had a very good car tonight. When we all kind of got spread out, you were holding right there with me on lap times. So good race by you for sure. And then Elvin, congrats on the regular season championship.
Yeah, and going back to that last 2 laps, is there anything that you think you could have done differently to keep Flash behind you? I know you got that wall coming out of the corner that kind of let him get to your inside. Is there anything else you think you could have done to keep him behind you?
Put him in the wall. No, so I felt bad for it after I did it, but I had to try and defend on the outside line, which is not the easiest to do. So he got to my inside, coming to 2 or 3 to go, and or was it the white flag Flash?
Coming to the white flag.
Yeah, so but I'm talking about when I pinched you going into turn 1. I don't know if that was that lap or if that was a lap.
I think.
Okay, so I kind of made a non-Favre-like move, and I knew that if he got past me, I had no chance of winning. So I had to try and pinch him down and screw up his entry as best I could, and I succeeded. And to be completely honest, I think I would have had him if I didn't hit the wall. Even if he would have got to my inside, I don't know if he would have had as much of a run as he did if I didn't hit the wall. So that would have been very interesting. But literally 100 yards before the line, I started sputtering. So no, there's really not much else I could have done. I mean, I've raced Flash so many flipping times, it's not even funny. I'm starting to read him like the back of my head. Most times. There's some times where he throws some curveballs at me, but I tried throwing some at him tonight, and they hit the dirt. They didn't even make it to home plate. So, again, huge congrats to Flash on that dub.
Yeah, and a good congratulations to you on another great finish. It was nice having you up here. I don't know if Hamlin, you got anything you'd like to add?
Oh no, I just want to say congratulations on the top 3, and once again, thank you for making a lot of these races interesting, especially, with the record-breaking race at Road America, and then tonight, making it a great finish between you and Flash. So, once again, congrats on the top 3, and thank you for racing in Phantom.
Yeah, thank you, Hamlin, and thank you very much, Walbridge, for hopping up here. I rewatched Road America, and it was you two were flipping awesome, and then Kansas was pretty cool too. So I'm looking forward to going back and rewatching this one for sure.
Oh, it'll be a blast, bud.
Thank you. As now, with all the congratulations out of the way, we're going to move to our third place finisher, Lord Grizzle, in the 31 car. I want to start with, what was going through your mind there towards the end? I mean, a big strategy call. I believe you took no tires, correct? 2 tires. Yeah, and you did a great job all night capitalizing on other people's mistakes. You seemed like the most patient guy in the field besides Field Filler, which Field Filler at times had moments where, he seemed to be one of the fastest cars on the track, and then obviously the speeding penalty towards the end, but you just kept capitalizing, and then obviously the late strategy call to put you in the lead obviously didn't work out, but we moved towards the playoffs, and hopefully you can go get a win out there during the playoffs. And we definitely appreciate that here at Phantom. We've had way too many of those. And congrats once again on the podium. As now we move to none other than Showtime Flash in that number 7 car. Fun.
Yeah, what a run by you, Flash. I want you to walk me through those last 10 laps when you saw those 2 cars in front of you. Walk us through those last 10, running down not only that 31 of Lord Grizzle, but your buddy in Favre to take that win away.
Like the other guys, I want to say congrats to Lord Grizzle on the top 3. I give him a lot of credit for sticking with it. He finishes all the races, and that means a lot to everybody in here. So great job to him. He did both of us a favor. He gave us both a lot of room when we caught him, and most people don't really do that. So I respect that a lot. Honestly, didn't think I had a prayer to catch Favre there for a while. I just kept digging and was hoping that some time would keep clicking off. I wasn't looking at the interval at all, and then started catching the draft just a little bit, And about 7 to go, I wanted to just say, like, you better start fucking holding your breath because I'm here. But I didn't, but I was just, trying to stay focused, and I knew the last 5 laps were going to be wild, but I was saying, like, man, if I pull this off, I'm going to love this car so damn hard tonight, so that's what's going to happen.
Nice. And especially now with this being the season finale, you having the year that you've had, you've won almost half the races that you've been in. With this win in the season finale, what momentum is this giving you with the playoffs starting next week?
Well, I mean, it can change week to week. Road America was a disaster for me a couple weeks ago, so didn't have the night I wanted there, and then I wasn't able to race last week. But Dover's always been a good track for me. I would say most of them I would like to put in that category. So I just kind of have this certain one circled that I think that I should be a contender at, and kind of take it from there. But I do owe Favre a lot here because this is his car, and we were working on it together a couple days ago, and he finished it up yesterday, and it's hard to believe that I was able to run him down the way I did, but to have both of our cars 1-2 is pretty special always.
Absolutely, and you guys were the class of the field, especially earlier on. You guys were inseparable. I mean, you guys were working together, making blocks for whoever was in second, and you guys did that for pretty much the whole race until the end of stage 2, which this is where my question forms. What happened there? I mean, you fell all the way to the back. You fell all the way back to what, 4th, 5th? What happened?
Oh, well, I was having some amazing pit entrances when I was following Favre, and then the one pit stop I had no one in front of me. I let my tires slide a little too far, and I sped, so I had to kind of recalibrate and get my focus back. But I was able to come back through to 5th place, I think, at the end of the stage, and had some quitters along the way that kind of helped out a couple positions, but got back on track in stage 3.
Well, once again, we want to congratulate you on the huge win tonight as you go into the playoffs with now 5 wins, as we expect to see you towards the front at the beginning of these playoffs.
I appreciate it, guys. And congrats to Elvin on the regular season championship. And he puts a lot of effort into this league, and I'm happy to support him. So he's been a good friend of mine for a long time. So, but I want to shout out Parley real quick too. If there was a car that I felt like could have beat us, I thought the 5 was probably the best in the field at the start of the race, and he had about everyone lagging on his screen, I guess, and he couldn't drive with it like that. But he's definitely up there too. It's going to be really exciting these next few weeks. Appreciate you guys calling it.
Of course. And speaking of Elvin Priest, as we now move to your 2024 Phantom Pro Series regular season champion, Mr. League owner, Mr. MFF team owner, Elvin Priest, congratulations. You have won the 2024 regular season championship for the Phantom Racing League Pro Series.
Yeah! Man,
a huge moral victory for you going into the playoffs. Exactly what you wanted to see. That was your mindset from the beginning of the season. You knew that this regular season championship meant a lot, especially when it came to momentum. How are you going to go forward with this?
I'm gonna do the same thing that I did last season, and hopefully not hit a wall this time, and go win a championship. But this field was stacked throughout the season. I had to actually win a race just to win the regular season championship. But it feels good being the most consistent driver out there week in and week out, being here every week. So, yeah. I'm just ready for the playoffs, and it's gonna be a good one.
Absolutely, and once again, congratulations on the regular season championship. As we get things closed out here tonight, we thank you all, the viewers, for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday night in Dover, Delaware. You guys were incredible tonight, leaving plenty of comments, making it very interesting for us. As I'd also like to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors: MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, ESMN, FTR Racing League, NARS, and finally MinaPeach.com. Thank you all for this beautiful race tonight. Thank you to the drivers, thank you to the viewers, and thank you to the sponsors as we get things closed up next weekend. Sorry, this Saturday is the... Oh, wait, no, there's nothing this Saturday.
Yes, there
next...
is.
Oh, what do you mean?
There is.
There is.
Since when?
Things got changed.
Noise.
Okay, well, I won't make it, so... Anyway, I'd like to announce that the playoffs are beginning, and we can't wait to see you guys all there, all of the viewers from home watching week in and week out. You guys are incredible. And now we get things wrapped up. Thank you all, and good night.